A 2-year-old can draw these Nerdlings.
Okay. It's genius!
Welcome to a Power Rangers
Chaos Demons update review. And today we're going to be looking at the new models that just came out by Games Workshop. And we're going to tell you our opinions on them. And they aren't that good.
Yeah.
And they're coming out on my birthday! Friday, August 3rd. Okay, so that's not that good. So to start with, the first model, the Exalted Seeker Chariot of Slaanesh. Okay, here we see it's on an oval base, so it's actually really big. What do you have to say about it, Des?
It looks really cool, but it might be the coolest model they've come out with so far.
Okay, so it's not that different from the Seeker Chariot of Slaanesh, which is just on a large base. All they did was add two models, two more of the Seekers, and
$40.
I don't know, and the whips are exactly the same as the other one, so I don't even get that. It's not that good.
Mm-hmm.
And for $80
No.
of a difference from 40, just buy the Seeker box for $35, and you get 3 extra Seekers. Okay, next, our biggest regret of this whole update, which is the Plague Bearers of Nurgle.
So obviously whoever sculpted them hasn't played Chaos or don't even know what demons are, because it's kind of like a mix of those little guys in Men in Black.
So true, so true.
And it's like it's such like a cartoon look, which I really don't like. They have kind of the same look as the fantasy savage orcs, but it matches the orcs because the orcs are all muscle, but these just look really bad.
For once, I like the older models, which I didn't even like before. And at least these guys are a good price. 10 for $35. That's way better than before for 5 for $30. And they were all metal. These are plastic. At least they're not fine cast. And yeah, I really don't like them as well.
For the look, I would rather take the old metal ones.
Same.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that people are going to sell those cheaper and we can just buy them. Next are the Flamers of Tzeentch.
I think one of the most useless updates, because before they looked just fine and now they updated and make their face look really weird.
Yeah, they just gave them like 3 heads and just eyes, basically. And they barely look different, and they aren't even like fine casting the old ones. Like, that would have been way better.
Yeah, I think they should have tried to make less like updating old models and just made new models for Chaos Demons.
Next are the Screamers of Tzeentch, and these guys have a bit of a change, which I like.
Yeah.
They're one of the only ones that look cooler from this update. I like all the eyes of the one on the left, and the teeth are pretty cool, or tusks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so overall they're pretty good, and they are 3 for $40, which is a bit more. I think they were 3 for
35?
$30, and they were all metal. Okay, next are Nurglings.
One of the funniest looking things I've ever seen in Warhammer.
And my first impression was, has Games Workshop been seeing too much Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory?
With little oompa loompa
oompa dee doo. These guys are Nurglings.
and they look like poo.
It's
Okay.
so true, oh my god.
So, I guess Games Workshop went with the Kugath. He has horns, so let's give every single Nurgle guy horns. These guys look really bad with horns. And they look really bad.
Sydney, what were you saying about them all stacking on top of each other?
Yeah.
They look like circus performers and are like...
Yeah, little Oompa Loompa circus performers.
Oompa Loompas, what are these? And Sydney just tried drawing one of these, and it took him 2 minutes, and he drew one better.
We think that these were sculpted by a 4-year-old.
Like, I'm pretty...
I'm pretty sure
What's
that
it
the
called?
sculptor looked at his son's drawing and was like, genius!
Yeah.
And he just used that times put 15 of them on one base.
Yeah, I'm disappointed in this model because if Games Workshop can get someone to sculpt any of the big beasts for fantasy, like a Stonehorn, the eagle thing, any of the cool Empire like ship things or whatever, Like, those look super good, and these are not that good.
Yeah, overall, we were saying that whoever made all these Nurgle models, like, oh my god, they should get in trouble. And bring back the guy who made the Chaos Demon of Nurgle. And I would say even the Greater Demon looks a lot better than these. Next, the Blue Scribes. This is a pretty cool model, because I don't think they had one before.
What I'm guessing is he's kind of like... Is he Tzeentch? I think he's like... Maybe he's kind of like a more heavy rock version of Epidemius. He's like the blue guy of Epidemius. He writes down everyone he's killed.
The Blue Man Crew music. Yeah, that's them.
I really like the guy writing on the paper. I think this is a well-made model. But
Yes.
the price,
Oh.
it is fine cast, and it's almost $50.
Wow.
That's pretty bad. And it's on a, I don't know, medium base?
It's on a square base. Hopefully they're not just for...
Instead, just put
fantasy.
a horror riding a screamer of Tzeentch, and it's basically the same.
Yeah. But a good sign is they didn't make a Bloodthirster fine cast. So hopefully they're coming out with a new model. And maybe you can, like, swap out different parts. And maybe instead of making a Bloodthirster, you can make...
/Scarbrand.
Yeah,
Yes,
Scarbrand.
Yeah, hopefully they make that. They need some large oval base.
Yeah.
It could be huge. They
Like-
they're making an update in the White Dwarf, which you will see our review on that pretty soon. And they're changing up this whole army, I hope. And a big thing that will help them is in 6th edition, reserves come on a 3-up, which really helps them.
And with some 50-point building, they can re-roll reserves. Pretty good.
So I'm hoping for Wave 2 of Demons that hopefully will come out and look better, not cartoony. Demons aren't cartoony. They're supposed to be rough.
I think this is pretty
I think
failed
it's a
update.
yeah, slack job.
Black job, yeah. And
Maybe they rushed it too much or something.
And what are they trying to do? Give us a chariot, and for no reason. Okay, guys, if you like this video, please subscribe, thumbs up, and we'll get back to making more videos.
If Games Workshop, if you're watching this, change your sculptor for Nurgle.
Yeah, all the
Yeah.
rest we're okay with. We like Slaanesh and all that. But Nurgle, oh my god. We love Nurgle. They're supposed to be messy and decayed and all that.
Yeah.
These are just way too cartoony.
They're
So
too smooth, not rough enough.
So we hope to see a much better update maybe in the coming White Dwarf, and we'll show you about it.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, see you later.
Power Rangers out.
Okay, what do we do?
Power Rangers. Okay.
Power Rangers.
Power Rangers out.